Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever, whenever that you may be tuning in. This is Yonks, and this is yet another live stream here in our 180-day live stream challenge. And tonight we're having a conversation about submitting myIRA.fund as a team application for Mantra and Google Cloud's RWA Accelerator. So we're going to hop right into it because I want to be respectful of everybody's time. And they put forward on the application when I was looking at this earlier. And this is, let me make this a little bit bigger for everybody here. So the first intake of submissions closes on 20th of March 2025. And that's why that we coordinated this at the last 11th hour here. So just going through autosave your work, I'm actually here on the myIRA.fund browser profile, and this is one of the ways that I keep projects separate within my own workflow here. So this is the learn more about the RWA Accelerator. That's the page that we were just on. And I'm going to throw that link in the live stream here on Restream for everybody else's benefit so that you can take a look at what we're doing. And thank you, I Am Lotus, for giving us some love there on Restream on YouTube. So link to RWA Accelerator. And I'm not going to unpack Mantra. They're basically a blockchain, an L1 blockchain for RWAs. And that's one of the things that we will explore with the big value proposition in another conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and just use this as the team email. This is the one that we use for live streaming. So taking a look here, I personally think the track that we are applying to should be categorized as DeFi. But I don't know, was there, let's see. The announcement, choose your tracks, ecosystem expansion, Oracle's Explorers, dev tooling, tokenization, decentralized identity solutions, RWA backed borrowing and lending, secondary markets for RWAs. I still think the best dynamic for my IRA is DeFi. I think that's the biggest value proposition. But does anybody else want to chime in? Any thoughts on that?
That's good.
All right. I think, isn't that what we submitted our project for my IRA at ETH Denver?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
So, what is your company name? What do you want us to call you? Not your legal name, ideally your product name. So, this is easy. This is myIRA.fund, and I'm going to include the emoji in there. I'm not even going to unpack, but for those that aren't familiar, that's actually the bank emoji. But what are you building? Max 50 characters. So this is something else. Got copy and paste. Um, and then I'm going to put a note. IRA equals individual retirement arrangement, a tax advantaged retirement solution for U.S. citizens. Pitch what you are building in one paragraph. What is the difference between this and this? Oh, pitch. Okay, well let's sell that. So here in the US, there are 65 million Americans with an IRA that is largely held hostage by TradFi. We are looking to create a DeFi on-chain IRA solution. Does that sound good?
Uh-huh.
Website URL. myIRA.fund. Company Twitter, x.com/myIRA.fund. Where are the founders based, US or Canada? State the city where the founders are located. I'm going to put Denver, city and country, United States. If one or more founders are not working from the primary location mentioned above, which city and country are they based? This isn't required, skipping that. What is the primary work environment? I'm going to say remote, because definitely not on site. What is your team size? So let me look real quick. I'm going to say 8. Is that how many people we had on our Collaborate team assessment? I'm going to take a look real quick on my other window. Yes, 8. Primary POC, Jason Yonker. Role, Chief Digital Alchemist. Email. Then provide evidence of exceptional ability or achievements. One short paragraph. We at Retoken DAO won the Gitcoin decentralized governance hackathon in 2021 Q3. We will be rebooting this DAO into P-Token Network, which is an ecosystem for RWAs, tokenized. With my, maybe this is, oh, yeah, let's just leave it. We are looking to use this as a platform for RWA proliferation. First, last name, technical co-founder, lead. Role, technical co-founder, lead. GitHub, technical co-founder, lead. I'm assuming that it wants somebody else here. I'll take this offline, provide exceptional, add details on any other company founders not mentioned above. What tech stack are you using? So what do we want to put in? What tech stack are we using field here?
So Jason, this is probably um uh ahead of where we are. Because these are all decisions that we'd have to make still, I think, right? Unless you know it off by hand.
We had a good amount of details that was included within Drew's application. Let me actually bring that up here from our devfolio, because some of this may be copy and pastable from the amazing devfolio application that Drew submitted. Let me find this here. Search. Oh, I think it's over here. Dev folio. And I'll throw this link in the Zoom and on the live stream for everybody as well. ETH Denver 2025 build-a-thon submission. myIRA.fund. And let's see what it allows. Is this the tech stack here? Right, front end, back end, AI engine.
Yeah.
Should just copy and paste this, you think?
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Okay. So see, Drew, we're getting more mileage out of all the efforts that you did for the ETH Denver submission. So I don't know if this is Markdown supported. I don't think it is. It might be Google Docs has done more with that, but I'm going to clean it up a little bit here to make it maybe a little bit more readable.
Okay, so thanks for that. Just curious, there will not be adaptations which will be native to what Mantra is gonna require for this hackathon?
So this is more of an accelerator. So like looking at the program benefits, 12 weeks of hands-on mentorship from Web3 veterans. I have no idea what this looks like, and this is one of the things that is and this is where we've got some time where because I want to be respectful of everybody's time, and we're almost on the hour here. Let's go through here. Does your team have Rust coding capabilities? Yes, no.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, very primitive to be honest, but I take help from Cursor. Yeah, so maybe what does it translate? That's a cool.
And what I'll do too is one of the things that I like doing is capturing this information. So I'll capture all of these questions in a Google Docs here. Let me scroll through this because I don't know if this is all on a single page. Do you already have investors? When did you start working on this company? Are you an incorporated company? What's your current traction, fundraising, financials, application, and expectations? So it looks like this is all on a single page. What I'll do is I'll create a Google Docs and socialize this so that we can work on this asynchronously. Because the opportunity here, this looks like the first time that they're wanting to do that because they already alluded here because they're really positioning this as a cohort model. I'm not sure what the timeline is, like if Mantra is already live on mainnet. This isn't a project that I've been following really closely, but I do know that Mantra is absolutely positioning themselves as a blockchain for RWAs. And as you all know, that's a key component in our ecosystem. And that's where we have an immense amount of history as well. So I'll work on this, but that being said, while we're still together here, still on the live stream, does anybody have any thoughts as far as how to proceed here from finishing this application? The goal is to get this submitted before, you know, I don't know if it matters on the hour. They don't have a real finite timeline. I would be surprised here if this Google Docs immediately closes. So if we can create a compelling submission, who knows? But regardless of what happens here, absolutely love the conversation that has unfolded during this hour of 11th hour. And thank you again, everybody, for convening here on short notice. So anyway, I'm going to stop the share and let you all chime in some final thoughts before we bid it adieu and then work on the submission asynchronously from here.
Yeah, I mean, happy to let's say give you additional guidance when it's required in terms of further calls with Mantra team or even building a basic proof of general demonstration. The only question is, do we need to create action items let's say technical action items about this hackathon on GitHub, and then you can follow up on Collabberry. So my
Yeah, so I
is
I think, Drew, that this is just an application, and then whatever methodology that so like looking here, and let me just go through and do a screen share here again because they had some
showcase
FAQs that
the
I didn't
yeah
scroll down. But go ahead, Drew.
just showcase whether the deliverable is just the proposal and later on pitching, or they just require also some form of MVP.
I don't think that they require, and that's one of the things that I think is actually pretty strategic about myIRA.fund is that we're really like when you think about an MVP, I'm expecting that we can create an MVP with just using largely composable Web3 technology. Now, as we move forward and just looking at like our launch slide. This is something that I'll refer to on our founding member waitlist. Is here for the first several phases, the alpha phase and the beta launch phase, with us targeting Web3 natives. My belief and expectation is that we'll largely be able to use composable technology to facilitate the delivery of an alpha and beta phase. So I think that this is more mantra wanting to get builders to commit to building on their blockchain that they believe has promise for RWA proliferation.
Sounds good.
So, and where does RWA Accelerator happen? Do I need to move? The program includes a 2 to 3 day on-site kickoff in Dubai, followed by remote sessions. You do not need to move, but you may need a visa for the Dubai event. Travel and accommodation for the Dubai event are covered. So, how do we choose which startups to fund? Applications are reviewed by the Mantra team based on team strength, founder's background, technical expertise and execution ability, market potential, relevance in RWA's DeFi or infrastructure. And that's one of the reasons, too, that I also sprinkled in here subtly this evidence of exceptional ability or achievements because Retoken DAO is really where, and when we reboot that into P token network, that's really where it amplifies our commitment. And this is one of the things that I will work on creating in the submission here. So I'll work on this, and this is like, um, I'll work on getting this finalized here. That's my biggest action item, Drew, is to create the Google Docs so that we can collaborate on this here in the next hour or two so that we can fill in these blanks that have the red requirement. And again, the goal is to showcase what we're building, and not only that, but just, check some of the dynamics here, like the opportunity for us to even make reference in various scenarios, like the submission of the build-a-thon here for. So this is evidence of our commitment to build, because this is now our second intentionality that we're saying, hey, and that's the value I love of this live stream format, is that this is public evidence of our commitment to. And right now, we're basically saying, hey, we want to build on Mantra using myIRA. But anyway, I could talk about this stuff. We're already 5 minutes past the hour. The opportunity and the need is to finalize the submission in an asynchronous manner. But anybody else want to chime in some final thoughts here?
Yeah, Jason, I was wondering, I'm hoping that we might be able to get on a regular schedule because if we can do that, we can start socializing this meetings and our meetings through social media and probably get a larger crowd.
Yeah, and on that note, Mike, I'm very, very excited about the American Dream campaign, and that was something had some conversation with, and that's one of the things. I'm going to be traveling to see my new granddaughter in upstate New York here early this next week. and then likely be bouncing to Vegas for the Pizza Expo next week. And this is just to amplify for somebody that would love to facilitate these conversations. Put that out there. I'm not sure what my ability to facilitate. I get very addicted to my dual monitor setup here. And as anybody that's used a dual monitor setup or multi-monitor setup, once you get a workflow established with a multi-monitor setup, and I haven't found a good travel solution for that, just to put it out to the universe, if anybody has one, let me know, because that's something that I would love to invest in as I want to increase my own technology game. But the American Dream campaign, that's going to absolutely be a huge talking point and opportunity to really begin onboarding people through a replicable marketing strategy into WeOwn.Network and our ecosystem at large. Those conversations will ramp up substantially in April. And then one of the things I'm very looking forward to is architecting a strategy to make the most use of my trip to Consensus for Consensus 2025 in Toronto, the middle of May 14th to the 16th. And then the New York is going to be also very strategic. So thinking about how that we can make most use out of these events to really create workflow for onboarding, whether it's cooperative members into our ecosystem or investors, and we're creating methodologies for just getting started investors through our investment club and talking about myIRA. That's something that we're committed to fulfilling with a myIRA club edition. But then also for the people that have a bucket of funds, accredited investors, our venture studios model. So that'll be opportunities for anybody that loves what we're building to promote that. And we're architecting economic incentives up and down the entire stack so that wherever somebody's at in their journey, they can benefit from the cooperative ecosystem that we're building here. All right, but again, you got to cut me off because I can talk about this stuff all night. I'm going to call it a wrap here. And if anybody wants to say any final thoughts, this is your last opportunity. But on that note, I'm going on mute. Good night, everybody. Looking forward to finalizing our MANTRA and Google Cloud RWAccelerator team application. But more importantly, looking forward to building cool shit with people that I love to build with.
Good night, everyone. See you next